You're good. All right, let's see. Are we recording? Are we starting? We have people popping in already. Hello, hello. We got just about 2 minutes left, so we're gonna get started in just a moment, but you're in the right place.
Haven't heard.
So let me just make this bigger here so I can see. Awesome. Hello, everybody. Actually, I'm gonna get small because I can't see how many people are on now.
Okay.
So I can see people popping in right there.
Fantastic.
Awesome. If you want to let us know in the chat who you are, where you're coming in from, if you have any specific questions about building muscle, balancing hormones, or igniting your passion. And that can mean a lot of things, like passion between people, passion for life, passion for your career, passion for like doing good in the world. And all of this is what we're going to talk about tonight. And so if you have any specific questions, I may or may not be able to answer all the passion questions, but depending on what type of passion, I think I can. Between the two of us, we got it done. So we're going to get started in 1 minute exactly. So you just pop in the chat and let me know where you're listening from or watching from. We got Ventura, California in the house. Hello, Michelle.
So, we're very, very excited to be holding this webinar, and we're extremely excited that you guys are here joining us. Everything happens for a reason, and the fact that we're here and you're here, so we're going to make it a very productive time.
Absolutely. We got Lola from Vermont. Oh, what part of Vermont, Lola? I actually have a house in what is it? It's Waterbury, Vermont. So right at like Middletown, Waterbury town line. We got Northern California.
California.
PA, you're from PA. Awesome. All right. Well, we are North Carolina. Everyone's popping in. New York. All right. So I won't bore you with all that because I hate when people do that on webinars where they just read for like 10 minutes. I like where people are from. And then another thing is I'm not even gonna do slides. We're just talking because a big part of this whole theme of tonight is about connection. And so I always think it's like weird, like staring at slides when somebody's talking. So we're just gonna talk like real people and have a conversation.
Yes.
And we will take your questions as well. So I'll try to stop every 15 minutes or so and take questions if there are any. So go ahead and pop those in the chat. And I'll just put everyone here so everyone can see. Awesome. So topic tonight, stronger together. And so it's a science-backed rituals for building muscle, balancing hormones, and igniting passion. And that's super important to me, especially, I'm 51 now, so I'm in the second half of my life where balancing hormones is so important. And we're all, most of you who are watching this are my followers are either perimenopause, menopause, or menopause was a few years ago, and you're still trying to figure it out because that's just how life is. Building muscle, that is like the nemesis. Once you hit 40, you start, well, actually at 30, you start losing like 2% of your muscle per year.
Right.
If you do exactly the same thing you've been doing all your life. So the same things that served you in your 20s are no longer serving you, usually in 40s and 50s, unless you're doing some stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. Some people were. And then igniting passion. For women, especially, maybe for men, I'll let you chime in.
Sure.
But for women, we do so much for everybody, and usually like from our 20s to like our 50s, we're taking care of kids, we're trying to get into career, we're volunteering, we're doing all the things for everybody. And then a lot of times when women hit menopause, they're like, oh, this is time for me. Like I'm gonna figure out what I want. A lot of times they're in relationships that don't serve them, either for the kids or for financial reasons or for convenience or for fear of what's on the other side. And so, we're going to talk about all of that. Yeah, burnout, exactly. So many things. So yes, Lola says that is why I'm here. She's all those topics. Yeah. And a lot of times I talk about health and I talk about hormones and I talk about estrogen and how estrogen breaks down. And that's all very important, but this is real life. This is like stuff that you can implement right now because it's stuff that we're dealing with all the time. Do men have that kind of, men have midlife crises as well. That's why they buy the sports cars.
Yeah.
Before you talk, this is just in case you don't know, everyone knows me, Dr. Michelle, but most of you have seen this guy on Instagram around town. He is Coach Kejon. He is the coach that I met late last year, actually,
Yes.
right before Christmas.
Yes.
I met him in the gym, so I was trying to do pull-ups and I got like one or maybe two, 1.5. And he's like, oh, good job. Most people can't do pull-ups. And I'm like, well, I was trying to get 5 in a row. And so he kind of like gave me some coaching around like what I should be doing if I want to do pull-ups. And so then I went to Vermont for Christmas and hung out with my family. And then I came back and I'm like, will you train me? Will you be my trainer? And so he started training me. I got involved in some of his like fitness classes that he was doing, talked me into doing bodybuilding, not really talked me into it, but talked me into doing bodybuilding shows. Did that and like transformed my body completely. I said no at first because I wasn't even wearing shorts to the gym. I was definitely not getting in a bikini on a stage in front of people.
Right.
And so I'm like, no, I work out every day. I've been working out since I was 15 years old and for hours at a time, and I can't get rid of cellulite, and my body's just, this is my body. I'm not gonna be able to change it. And you're like, no, you can change it, you just have to change what you're doing.
Yes.
And so I changed how I was eating, actually eating more food, changed how I was working out, less cardio, like no running, more lifting weights till failure, which we'll talk about that later as what that really means, like how, because a lot of you lift weights, and a lot of women in the gym that I go to lift weights, but their bodies didn't change, like my body changed. And so specific ways that we're gonna talk about tonight. And then also, just I was kind of in a relationship that was nice and fine and everything was okay, but it didn't really light me up. And so a lot changed in the past, like since February to now, what is that, 8 months? And so, I'm just like really passionate about sharing all these changes and how you can actually enjoy it. But what I wanted to talk about too is like how you can actually bring your spouse, your partner, your best friend,
Yes.
your sister on the board with you, and it makes it so much better. It actually multiplies your results.
Yes.
I was going to ask you about midlife crises or what men feel when they get
First,
this
thanks for the little introduction. My name is Coach John. I'm a master trainer for about 35 years. I'm approaching my sixth decade. I will turn 59 this year at the end of the month. I'm absolutely in the best shape of my life with zero sign of slowing down. And I grew up, playing football and, scholarship and all that stuff. And, I'm very, very excited to be here and, connecting with Dr. Michelle at the gym. I had a smoothie shop yesterday. We met there and she was telling me all the things that she couldn't do. And I politely said, in a way, like, maybe there's something you don't know. And if you knew it, it would change everything. She's kind of like, well, if you can get
I went to medical school. You didn't go to medical, and that's what I think. Like I know all this stuff. Like I know the science.
And the kicker was, she's like, if you can get rid of her, she said she would never wear shorts. And she said, if you get rid of my cellulite, then let me tell you something. I'll take care of you. And obviously it worked because I'm sitting here talking to you guys. So very excited to be here.
And why he's sitting here talking to you? Because after I got those crazy results, like it was my body changed completely to the point where afraid to wear shorts to winning overall bodybuilding competitions in a bikini, like when people are judging my body. And to the point where I felt confident, I was wearing shorts, wearing like the cool, cute clothes that was form fitting, feeling more confident, like getting asked to speak places and feeling confident on stage doing so.
Yes.
And so I love sharing everything with you guys, like my audience. And so I cannot like keep that to myself. But I didn't feel like I had the ability to take that information and teach it to you guys in a way that Coach taught to me because everyone has different bodies. And I knew what he did for me, but I didn't know what he would do for Lola and Kim and all these other people. And so I'm like, hey, would you do a program with me? Would you come and create a program for my audience where they can do online fitness, online training, and you would actually coach them when you coached me,
Yes.
so they can get their best bodies. And so we started that called GlowFit in March of this year. And let me tell you, the results are incredible. These are women from all over the world,
Yes.
Losing 10% body fat, going from not being able to do any push-ups to doing 10, 15, 20, 55 push-ups.
Fitness competition.
Yeah, doing fitness competitions, like amazing stuff. And so that's why he's sitting here, because he really is the authority. I've seen him transform bodies, young and old, 30-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 70-year-olds. And so it's not just me, I'm not the anomaly. It's it's the science that from years and years of bodybuilding. He didn't tell you, but he was like Mr. America. He's won all types of titles in bodybuilding. He was on staff at the hospital to teach people how to eat better and how to exercise. So real legit stuff. And I'm just so happy to share it with you. So that's kind of what we're doing here. Recently, one of the reasons why we're talking about this tonight is because we just recently released the men's version of the Glow Fit program. It's been kind of secret. It's been kind of going for like a month.
Yes.
In secret to help the husbands of the women in Glow Fit.
Yeah, but also the brothers, the sons, the grandfathers, so important males in your life.
Absolutely.
Whoever that may be. I mean, sure, there's more than one.
And the results are just as good in the men.
Oh, gosh.
Maybe you might even say they rival. Yeah.
And I have to say something that not correct you, but it's funny because you said that you saw the transforming of bodies, but the truth be told, it's the transforming of minds. Oh
yes, and you see that we have a community group on WhatsApp where everyone posts and it's very active, and people are like changing the way that they're approaching the day, the way they're approaching the workouts, the way they're approaching nutrition, the way they're just approaching like how they think about themselves and and their limiting beliefs, and all those things have just been like transformed.
Well, it's interesting, and we won't go into too much detail because we got a lot to talk about this evening. But it's interesting because the body is merely a reflection of your thoughts. And as I'm pushing my turning 60, in about a year, it's amazing. It's like I listen to myself speak and think, and it's so contrary to most people my age. It's like, my best years are behind me, or you should see me back in.
All the time.
Yeah. So, your words definitely, obviously we have a tempo flex, it's a trademark training tool that I use. So there's a lot of technique. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There's a lot of technique, but at the end of the day, if you don't believe that you deserve or can have a strong, fit, healthy body at 50, 60, 70 and beyond, that's more the problem. Your body's not the problem. It's actually getting you to believe that it's possible.
It is a lot of belief systems. And when we get to nutrition, I want to talk about like some of the things that you taught me about nutrition that are way beyond what's on your plate.
Yes.
So it's really interesting. But before we get into that, let's just talk about what happens when we reach, I don't know, our 40s.
Okay.
I want to say, so for some people it's their 30s, for some people it's their 50s, but it's not like we plan to gain weight or plan to like just let everything go.
Lose motivation.
Yeah, but like we tend to get like just buried in life. We have work, we've got kids have to be picked up here and brought there because Johnny's got hockey and then Lily's got cheerleading, and it just
life.
Like it's ridiculous. You're doing all that. You're taking care of everyone but yourself, and then you're working all day, and then you get home and you just want to sit down and like turn on the TV and order DoorDash, or just like that's sometimes like the reward almost, or drink a glass of wine for some people, or beer, or watch football on the weekends.
And there's nothing wrong with that in moderation. It's whenever you take anything to excess.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it becomes like the little bit of like the little gift to yourself after you put in so much work. And then a lot of times husbands and wives do this together because they get comfortable. Like when you are not married or not in a relationship, you're a little more conscientious of like, oh, I can't go out without makeup, or I have to look cute. And then sometimes I've been guilty of this too. Like I'm just kind of like wear my robe around the house, or like not I don't care what my hair looks like. Not that like, truth be told, men don't really want women to be all made up, but that's like a story for another day. So like taking care of yourself, and then husbands do the same thing. They stop bringing you flowers. Maybe they stop opening the door because you're already there, right? So you stop doing all the things that you did to get the person, and now you're just comfortable together, which is a beautiful thing too.
Yes.
But the stat, and I wrote this down, the average couple gains between 20 and 30 pounds the first 5 to 7 years of marriage.
Wow, that's staggering.
And 60% of these couples report a decline in libido and physical affection within 3 years of having kids. So that's deep. So 20 to 30 pounds is a lot of weight. And that could put you like from like normal to pre-diabetes or pre-diabetes to diabetes. And what does it do to your self-esteem? What does it do to your like just want to like even like my son's an extrovert, but want to like take your clothes off and have sex, like you don't want to shut the lights off with 20 or 30 pounds. And that's why the libido, I think that's a lot why the libido goes down because of self-confidence.
Yes.
And so when you're carrying that extra weight, your hormones aren't working as well, you got more cortisol, you got things blocking your testosterone, and that's affecting things. But that's kind of sad though, right? And it's not just the weight, it's the energy. You lose your energy when you're carrying that extra weight, all those things, and then you lose that connection with your loved one, with the person that you're sharing life with your partner. And then even if you don't have a partner, you lose like that kind of flair that you usually have, even with like friends. Maybe you get less social because you're not comfortable getting dressed, and so you say no to more things, not going out with your friends, and you're just like home watching TV. And it really does create this like vicious cycle.
Yes.
And so that's kind of like what happens. But you don't have to deal with that. Like no matter how long this is going on, you can like have a little reset. We're never too old, we're never too overweight, we're never too far gone. We have someone in our Glow Fit program, her name is Nancy, and she's one of the most active members. And she about a year ago, she was in the hospital with 80% respiratory failure. They told her she wasn't gonna live. She's 66 years old. She's like 300 pounds. She has chronic leukemia. She has every reason to like say, I can't join a fitness program, but there's nothing I can do. My life is done.
Yes.
The doctors told me my life is done, basically. But she joined GlowFit and she did some of the workouts, but she showed up on all the calls. And one day, Coach Keyshawn and I said, hey, we're doing this fitness competition
In Texas.
in Austin, Texas, in August. We'd love for some of the GlowFit members to come join.
We love all the GlowFit members come.
But who wants to come? Who wants to? And we will help you get some extra training.
One person put their hand up.
One person. No, it was Nancy. Nancy put. She's like, I will do this competition.
Yes.
I mean, this is like weighted lunges. This is burpees.
Sled pushes.
Sled pushes.
Farmers walks.
Yeah. Legit competition. And so she said she would do it, and like she got with Coach Keaton immediately the next day. They strategized. She was just walking at that point, but you gave her like, here's your goal. You're gonna walk more. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. And she, every time you told her to do something, she did it. And every time I messaged Nancy to see how she was doing, she messaged me back. And she showed up at that competition. She was my partner, and we made it through that thing, and we did well. And
the whole crowd was cheering for her, so
and she has this sense of accomplishment, and now she measures accomplishments in the fitness competition. She's like, in 2 more fitness competitions, I will have this done. And she's lost like 30 pounds. Her blood pressure has come down. Her oxygen saturation has gotten better. Like everything's improving.
And all the women who saw her do this. Now we're holding an event here in Panama City Beach, November 8th, and so many people are coming to our event and in the group because of Nancy. So, be that one, it's never too late. I don't care how far gone you think you are. There's somebody out there more far gone, and they'll do it, they'll just go ahead and just show up. Absolutely. Just show up.
Yeah, so we got someone in their 20s that says she's already experiencing this.
Oh my God.
It can happen at any age. I mean, the thing is, like, you're young now, and so if you stop the cycle, that's going to be so much better because it'll be so many more years of all of that burden, which could be even worse.
Let me throw out something real quick to give people hope, say over 50. Okay. So everybody watching this would agree, if you're, let's just say 40, 50 and over, that your metabolism was the fastest in your youth, let's just say in your late teens, early 20s. Okay, that's what everyone would agree, most people. Well, what if I were to tell you, both of us, pushing 60 and over 50, our metabolism is faster now than it's ever been. How is that possible? And how does it pertain to you? So this is some scientific fact. I don't want to go too deep on this.
Even after menopause.
Yes, yeah. I don't want to go too deep, but this is something that most people do not know. If I were to ask this group, what constitutes your metabolism? The common answers are what you eat and how you eat, that stimulates your metabolism, but your basal metabolic rate goes back down to normal. And people say exercise. You're absolutely right. Whenever you exercise, your metabolism spikes, but it goes back down to basal metabolic rate.
And
Yeah.
this group, because they're pretty smart cookies, they would say your thyroid
Yeah.
as well,
Yes.
which is also right.
So what happens is, at the end of the day, my metabolism pushing 60, and how her metabolism went through the roof. What you had more of in your 20s than you do right now watching this is one thing and one thing only, and this is what constitutes your metabolism, my metabolism, et cetera, et cetera. It's how much lean tissue you have. Think about this. 1 pound of fat is equal to 3,000. This is all science. You can look this up. 1 pound of fat equals 3,500 calories.
And it's big.
And massive. And 1 pound of muscle is 3,500 calories. So in a nutshell, without going too deep, what happens is when you're in your 20s, you're very active and you're moving around. Your body, as you get older, if you're not eating a balanced diet, we don't advocate no carbs, we don't advocate no fat, balance. And this comes with the program. What happens is if you're not eating the right nutrients and moving your body will choose lean muscle tissue, 3,500 calories, over fat, because fat muscle is very metabolically active and it costs a lot of energy. That's where your energy comes from. So what happens is by the time you're 40, 50 years of age, your body has cannibalized this muscle because it needed the nutrients from the amino acids that you're not eating. And then that's what causes us to lose our metabolism, not your age, but your lifestyle. And we have the answer for you on that.
Yeah, and then also as we get older, like we are a little bit less active because everything adults do is sitting, right? Like kids are jumping and running and playing sports, and
Yes.
and you go even when you take your kids to the park, a lot of times the moms are sitting on the bench, right? And so we are a little less active just because of adult lifestyles are not like conducive to like jumping up and down all the time, unless you make yourself do it. But and then like traditional like workout programs,
Yes.
just a lot of times just make things worse. They make you if you're more tired after your workout, then usually it's not the right workout for you.
Right. You should feel energized. And this is something that is important that I say this, especially, I mean, we're both ultra fit, but people seem very muscular. People are like, yeah, but I don't want to live in a gym and eat chicken and rice all day. Oh my gosh, I am so far removed from that. How can I say this?
Oh yeah.
I hate to use the word program because programs like you want to do this, 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 and this, and that's the program. Actually, I would
It's
say
more of a lifestyle.
it's a lifestyle. Glow Fit and Alpha State is a lifestyle. We, like I said, we have a balanced life. We have fun. I don't want to live in the gym my whole life. I don't want to weigh my food and track it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Our goal, our purpose is to educate you guys on how to retain muscle, increase your metabolism, and just as important, shape your body for the women with the curves and for the males, get your chest and your arms, masculine.
Yeah.
Masculine, males are masculine and women are feminine. And that's your natural body, and we do everything naturally here.
Yeah, women usually want their like glutes and their legs and then the backs of their arms, and then the men usually want big arms and chests, right?
Of course.
But we teach balance, the whole life.
Yeah.
Men need to work their legs too.
Absolutely, and women need to work their chest and shoulders.
Yes. I protested the chest part. But when you do it naturally without steroids or performance enhancing drugs or any of that stuff, then women still look very feminine. You actually get smaller when you put on more muscle. Like I actually fit in the jeans from like college once I started building more muscle, even though in pictures people thought I looked big, but I actually was smaller in real life.
Yeah, MP, and you're right. Most people are their worst own culprits. And
It's how life is set. It's how society's set up. I always say you have to be like weird to be like fit these days because everything's so convenient. Everything's online.
Well, everything's
I could sit here and not move, and I can take a class, do my job, order food. Like everything can be done from me not even moving. Like I just have to get up to go to the bathroom, and pretty soon they'll probably make like office chairs with toilets in them, so you don't have to get up. But it's like that movie Wall-E where everyone's going around their little like little wheelchairs that are motorized, and they're just sipping their soda because it's so convenient to do that. So you almost have to be like, no, I know we're having a meeting, but I don't wanna do it at the bar or at the restaurant. Like, no, I know we're having a family get together, but can we not center around like fatty food? Can we have healthy food or, so it's just, it's not your fault, but like what is in your control is how you handle the 80% of your life so you can do those 20% things.
And also too, in the beginning, as you start this journey, because I'm sure many of you guys watching this have started, stop programs many times over. And it's almost interesting, like the people, if you stay true to your deepest desires, you will draw people to you that will support you.
Mhm.
Sometimes, they're not trying to sabotage you, but maybe your best friend or your sister or whatever, the people you're closest to, they're not really supporting your choice because maybe that's not where they are and they don't care about adding more medications to their life. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is, you know, as you start down this journey of health and fitness, and what might seem like a chore or what might seem like odd in time, you'll find your tribe that will support you.
Exactly.
You'll find your tribe that supports you, but you have to take the first step. And once you take that, you guys just watching this, telling the universe that you are open to the idea. So just being here, it's already starting.
Yeah, I'm kind of piggybacking on what you're talking about. When you actually work out or lead a healthy lifestyle with somebody else, when you have like a partner in it, whether it be someone you meet through your healthy lifestyle or someone who you already know, a spouse, a sister, a coworker, a friend, people are 95% more likely to actually follow through on their fitness programs or their fitness routine than people who try to do it themselves, especially if you're new to fitness. And this is actually a study from the Journal of Sciences in 2012. So 95%, that's like almost 100% more likely to actually complete what you set out to do if you have someone doing it with you. And why is that? Well, for women, I know we will show up for other people before we'll show up for ourselves. So if we know that, Susie's waiting for us or Johnny's waiting for us at the gym, and if we don't show up, they're going to be disappointed. A lot of times we'll show up for them.
Yes.
And then also, a lot of people will actually push themselves harder when there's somebody else watching or somebody else is pushing hard next to them. You're going to push harder. Like if you're running and someone's running faster than you, you're going to naturally run a little bit faster to kind of be at their cadence. And so having that person to make you feel obligated to show up, at least in the beginning.
Accountability.
Yeah, it's definitely accountability.
Accountability, yes.
Yeah, so you just have this momentum that you put it together because they're doing it for you too. And then you're both doing it for yourselves and you're both doing it for each other. And then if you, remember some of the stats that I gave you earlier about couples gaining weight, couples losing libido, couples losing passion, that's another motivating factor. Like you actually saving your relationship.
Yes.
By doing something healthy, taking care of yourself. And then for your kids, you want to live a long time. You want to not be on a bunch of medications. You want to be mobile. You want to be able to get up, down the ground and up off the floor without a bunch of like grunts and groans and like needing help. And so those are, I think, huge things for why you might want to embark on a fitness journey with your significant other or a friend.
Yeah.
And that's why we created the alphabet for alpha state. I combined a little bit.
Yes.
But why we created alpha state because no, we were saying guys don't really want to be in a program called GlowFit. And in GlowFit, we customize things like for women and what women want, and also making sure that the exercises are not going to deplete hormones and that the nutrition is going to be supportive of hormones. And then in alpha state, it's more for like what men's goals are, and it's and the language and how things are presented is going to.
Well, it's just interesting. The first thing we're talking about is bench pressing. I don't think I've talked about bench press in the GoFit program, but we're already talking about bench press in the men's alpha state.
Yeah.
So guys, I got you.
But we can still do it, but
of course it's not a problem.
We call it the chest press.
And LV, just want to just touch the world base real quick. How can I say this? It's like, where you are, and probably not just you. There's in your lives, there may be nobody else that's interested in getting healthier or changing their lifestyle. However, you cannot live your life living less than what you're capable of because there's nobody else around. I'll go on record and say this. Whenever I was younger and I got into like bodybuilding, I won Mr. America in the early 90s. And I remember I was 26 when I won Mr. America, and I started competing in 1990. And I remember that, people are, hey, you want to go out and dancing and drinking? I'm like, I gotta train for the show. And I remember I lost all my friends. Because they're like, hey, why don't you come party with us? I'm like, hey, why don't you come train waves with me tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. on a Saturday? They're like, screw that. So what I'm trying to say is I lost them because that's not where they were in life. But the people that I met became my friends. They're still my friends to today. So don't let man, there's nobody here, nobody supports me. I'll tell you this. You may be the change and the light that the world around you needs. So if you take ownership of that, I'm telling you right now, a few of you guys will just make that choice, whether you hopefully join in our program or not. But mark my words, if you make that choice, you will have the support of God in the universe, and you will become the beacon of hope where you are.
Absolutely.
Once you become the beacon and light of hope, your whole life is now changed. So please don't wait around for someone to say, hey, let's do this. Why don't you start and say, let's do this?
And that's exactly why. So those of you watching our emails this week, our sale was buy GlowFit and get Alpha State for free, or buy GlowFit and get another GlowFit for free. But I actually just changed it for the firmware
Yes.
to the both programs are half price, because you may not have that person. You might be the person, the only person who wants to make a difference in your life, and why do you have to have that other person? Maybe you're gonna find that person once you get healthy.
Right.
So I actually changed it, and I actually think it's live right now, where you can just get one program for 50% off. Yeah,
Right,
automatic.
Yeah, because a lot of people may not have.
Or maybe like most women, you're like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get my husband to do it. And I'm like, hey John, you wanna join the fitness? I'm not doing that, you do that. So you have to do it first. So you do it. And then he sees you're starting to get healthy, and he's like, what are you doing over
And
there?
that's how Alpha State is.
Yeah.
Because all the women in GlowFit, they're like, hey, my husband's seeing my results. How do we get results? But how's the men start? But and to touch base on what Doc's saying here, and we'll delve in a little deeper. Like, we're training partners, and I gotta tell you, I gotta brag a little bit. We started doing these events, and Doc and I, we Google if you get a chance, because we actually are hosting. We're affiliates. It's called DECA, DEKA, and just
It's by the Spartan, like if you guys heard of Spartan races.
they do them outside.
Those are all outdoor, like barbed wire and mud, but they actually created a different division called DECA, where they're indoors most of the time.
Yes.
And it's more functional, like little exercises in like.
Kind of what Nancy did.
Yeah.
Steve did DECA. Long story short, we've been training together since we met, and we actually are the world record holders for DECA Strong. So if you guys want to kind of see what that is, we're actually the record holders. And
I'm my Instagram and scroll back like a month and
and I can tell you right now that I would not have been able to do that on my own. And to validate what we're saying is this, like, we got together, hey, let's do a goal together. She's very strong minded, because she went from a person who wasn't comfortable in a bikini, shorts, to winning bodybuilding competitions. Like, hey, let's do something athletic together. And we trained and trained and trained. There was times when I was tired and I didn't feel like showing up, or we all have those days. But I know she's there waiting for me, and vice versa. We trained so hard, and we set a personal goal and won the world record. And that's kind of what we're trying to share with you guys.
Yeah.
And maybe right now there's not a significant person or anybody who can start with you. I'll just tell you this: the moment that you start moving forward, you'll start drawing people, places, and experience to you to match your vibration.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah, so I actually just updated this like real time, like 5 minutes before we started this webinar, and I called my operations director. I'm like, hey, Chris, can you please update this? I know that you did all these automations, so when you buy one program, you get one free. But can you just make it so they could either buy GlowFit or Alpha State and get 50% off? And then if you do buy them both, it's still buy one, get one free, so it's the same deal.
Right.
But that way, like, you may be, like I said, you may be the only, or maybe you just need to take the first step and wait for the person to come after you.
You know what? Now that you said that, this is like I said, this is not scripted or rehearsed. This is all new information to me. So let's just say, because that's a common thing, is maybe you have a boyfriend or a husband right now that you, or vice versa, you have a wife or a girlfriend right now who you would like to get, do a program together, and they may not be interested at the moment. Please, ladies out there, if you have a guy, I would be more than happy to do a free Zoom call, talk to them, give them some basic information, and vice versa.
Yeah, and that's true for you guys too. If anyone wants like a metabolic assessment, basically what Coach Keaton does is gets on a Zoom call, like face to face with you, talk to you about what you're currently doing and then what your goals are, and like helps you kind of dissect like why is what you're doing not getting you to your goal and what might actually help.
And I can't remember who wrote this down in the messages earlier, and something about, the finances. Well, this is a great way to get tips. So all the information will be in this webinar. You can reach out to me, schedule time, and I will give you some tips to help you in life, because I've learned in life what you put out there comes back to you tenfold. And while this is a business, at the end of the day, we both sincerely and authentically want to help as many people as we can. So I will take the time to help people that maybe can't afford right now. The finances are there, but I will give you some tips, just like your metabolism, how much protein and exercising, etc. So take me up on that offer if you really want to bring back some energy and spark into your life.
Awesome, that's so sweet. So my next little part I wanted to talk about is hormones, because I'm the hormone girl, but these are different hormones. I'm not going to talk about estrogen, testosterone, progesterone. But we're talking about like our neurotransmitters and neurochemicals. So we've got oxytocin, we've got dopamine, and we've got endorphins, right? Everyone knows what endorphins are. You heard like the runner's high, that euphoric feeling, but also they help with pain relief. So when you get that exercise induced euphoria, it also shuts off your pain response. So I don't know if you've ever noticed, like when you are in the zone, you don't notice the pain.
Yeah.
You might notice after.
Oh, for sure.
But so that's cool. But when you work out with other people, whether it be a loved one, a significant other, or a best friend, you actually release oxytocin, which is the bonding hormone, the same hormone that's released when you hug, same hormone that's released during sex. So working out is like a bonding experience between buddies, between girlfriends, between husband and wife. And so that's huge, because like a lot of times we run out of things. Like you might do, how many things can you do during the day, clothes in public, that are gonna release your oxytocin? Not that many.
Right.
You can hug, you can pet a cat, or you can work out together. So those are something. And then dopamine, we all know about dopamine, like all these dopamine hits everywhere. Social media, video games, all these things are give us dopamine, but it's not a really good dopamine, because it's like you just keep wanting like to do this more distracting thing or do this thing that's not so good for you. But exercise is like the positive thing that gives you that pleasure, but also gives you motivation to do other things. So like if I have like a big day where I've got to get a lot done at work, or I got a big talk, I always make sure I have a workout in first. So it's gonna up level my mood. It's going to make me feel better, but it's also going to give you that motivation to like get things done, get my message out, whatever it is I need to do that day. And so with these three neurochemicals, you're going to build trust between your loved ones, your friends, increase physical attraction. I know that sounds weird with friends, but most people want to hang out with attractive people. I don't know.
Well, I wanted to say
it's attraction, not like I love you attraction, but like this guy is charismatic, or this girl is fun to be around.
I think self-confidence is the most attractive thing, because whenever and that's in my opinion, because like I said, I've been a master trainer for going on 36 years, and the common denominator, and most people are not bodybuilders, that's like furthest thing from their mind. But one thing that I notice is that whenever they start, I don't know, breathing deeper or walking up steps or just a little pep in their step, the level of confidence, and in my opinion, there's nothing more attractive than a person's very confident in their own skin.
Oh, absolutely.
So so that's very attractive.
Yeah.
So that's very attractive.
Yeah, so that this is like I said, it's romantically great and it's also platonically great. So when you just feel more, you're gonna feel more connected to those people that you are doing something positive with. and you're gonna feel more supported,
Mhm.
and you're gonna feel more in sync. You're on the same page. So now, because you're both going towards a similar goal, when you make decisions about like, what should we eat tonight? Or what should we do for a vacation? Or what should we do on Saturday? You guys have this like mutual goal.
Well, in our Growth group, it's international, and the girls have gotten so close. One of our clients, and indeed, is coming from India.
Yeah.
To our event, and they were kind of kidding, but not kidding. They're like, well, we're not really coming just for the event. We're coming to meet each other.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because they're seeing the transformation, and they're like, wow, you look great in your clothes, or you look amazing in your t-shirt or tank top. And I don't know, like all the things that you're saying, it just validates what you're saying. There's just that attractiveness, and not just in a romantic, sexual way.
Oh yeah.
It's just, I don't know, it's just a living, breathing entity that expands as you expand.
Yeah, the research shows that couples that exercise together, or at least live healthy lifestyles together, they have more like, they're more emotionally in tune with each other, and that helps whenever there's like conflict or something that needs to be resolved. They're able to like think it out, they're able to be more present, they're able to actually like work together so that they have like fewer disputes and more conversations, and they're more like inquisitive about what the other person's thinking than just like shutting them out. And it helps to reduce stress, right? So when you're less stressed, then you're less likely to get into a fight with somebody.
Yes.
And it also helps with hormonal changes, right? So when you lift weights, it's gonna boost your testosterone naturally. It's one of the only ways to boost your testosterone without taking testosterone, lifting heavy weights specifically using your leg muscles. And then it also helps you to manage your progesterone, keep it from fluctuating. And so really, really important to be able to have that stress relief of the workout.
Yes.
For your hormones and also for your relationships.
Mhm.
And then also to have that connection to where you actually are like willing to talk things out and to not get into fights. And this is true for friends and
Yes.
lovers or whatever,
Mhm.
So you have that more of that like, you know how you could self-regulate or you actually like co-regulate. So you're working more in sync with each other. So you actually can sync your heartbeats, sync your nervous systems. So you become just more in tune as a couple and stronger and calmer.
Well, and just a little snippet, whenever we were getting ready for the deck and when we committed, saying, hey, let's do this together. And we talk about communication, whenever we're training, hey, how did you sleep last night? Well, I hurt my neck. Hey, would this exercise be okay? And no, let's not do that. Okay, let's try this. And it's crazy because, our relationship, we just grew so much closer because I knew when her body was craving for food. She knew about, my shoulder. And you talk about, I don't know, for maybe, for some of the viewers that have been married for, 5, 10, 15, 20 years plus, just having that communication back and forth on, hey, you know what, my back's a little sore today. Let's go for a power walk or ride our bicycles.
Mhm.
It's life changing, guys. I mean, it's cool to have muscle and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, to have a strong bonding or reconnecting that bond with your loved one, that's gold. That is gold.
Absolutely. And then like you said, like knowing what the other person wants, but also celebrating successes, like celebrating like, oh, you reached a PR today, that was like your best you've ever done yet.
Yeah.
Celebrating like a 30-day streak, we worked out for 30 days in a row, high five. That's like emotionally like a bond that you have together. And like you're each other's kind of just like cheerleader, you're each other's coach, or each other's supporter.
Yes.
And it just makes like this whole like kind of like bond that you can have. And the research is that couples that exercise together describe their partner as more supportive, more inspiring, and more attractive. And that's from the American Psychological Association study in 2014. So like if you want your husband to think you're more attractive, more supportive, and more inspiring, work out with them.
And actually doing training for 35 years, this is really interesting. Not that I know your relationships and who makes the choices on this, that, and the other, but what's really, really great in the
I'm gonna always make the choice.
You're right. I'm gonna agree with you not. But what happens is what's really great, because sometimes, maybe the husband would like do it this way and the wife would be like, so what happens is whenever you have a program that's saying, okay, gentlemen, you're doing it this way, females, you're doing it this way. And yes, you can do it together. So it takes a lot of that out of there because what's happening is I'm the coach for your husband, for Mike, and for Laura. Okay, Laura, yes, you're doing reverse lunges and you're doing reverse lunges as well. However, this is the weight you're going to use. So what's really, really great, some of you guys might be thinking, oh, he's not going to let me tell him what to do, or I'm not listening to him. It's not you guys telling each other what to do. The program, the nutrition, the rest days, the activities will tell you what your heart rate is for fat burning based on your resting heart rate, not your biological age. There's so much information that you don't know, and once you start learning these things, it's a game changer. Do not expect to train for hours upon hours, 7 days a week. We get in and out in about an hour, okay? And
Yeah, absolutely.
yes,
And it's, if you're working out more than an
you
hour,
go through the motions.
and it's probably not the best for your body, it's not the best for your progress, it's not the best for injury prevention, it may not be the best for your hormones. And so, yeah, we really try to make this program one it fits into your life, right?
Yes.
Because your life should not be measuring food and working out. You do those things so you can enjoy the rest of
Rest
it.
in your life.
So you can go for bike rides, so you can walk in the park, so you can play with your friends, so you can go on vacation, so you can do your job well, so that you can take care of your children. Like you do these things, it's what you do to get the life you want. It's not, it shouldn't be like the prison of
Yeah.
because I know a lot of programs online, like even before I met you, there was another trainer at the gym and he was giving a lot of people like programs. And he's like telling people to work out for do like 3 hours of cardio. And I was like, even I loved cardio, but I even thought that was extreme.
Yeah.
And that I'm like 3 hours of cardio, like when you like do other stuff.
Yes.
So I know there's a lot of people out there that will subscribe to because it will make some people lose weight.
Oh yeah, you're gonna lose
But
muscle.
it'll mess your hormones
Yeah.
up.
And I just throw this in about the program because I'm constantly trying to, how can I say this? We try to go above and beyond, and we don't want to just be like, oh, welcome to the club, shake your hand, and good luck. That's not the way we are. Every person that signs up into the Glow Fit and Alpha State, you'll get your program. And I want to say, hey, Mike, hey, Lisa, do me a favor. When you get a chance, could you go ahead and videotape a squat, a chest press, a lat pull down in a row? Send it to me. You are sending me videos of yourself doing the exercises in your program, and I'm correcting. And then we have weekly calls. So I just want you guys to know if you're on the fence, you're not sure, maybe you've done other types online before and you were kind of left flat.
Yeah, a lot of times you're gonna get like a PDF that's gonna tell you that. You gotta look them up. Like we actually filmed ourselves doing all the exercises. Like I'm usually like the exercise model while Coach Keaton is explaining exactly what you need to do
Yes.
with your form. And then like you said, some people can watch the video and I'll do it too. I'll watch the video and I'll think I'm doing it right.
In her mind.
In my mind, I'm doing exactly what I see, but in reality, it's slightly different and maybe a lot different. And so, especially for key exercises that people often get
Oh yeah,
wrong.
you know how many bad knees are in the group that whenever they sent me the video, oh my God, stop doing that. That's why you have bad knees. I'm not a doctor and I'm not going to say, oh, I can fix your knees, but I can help you not do the things to make your knees bad or worse.
Well, I will tell you, a lot of this bad form
Oh my God.
comes from like doing, dare I say names, but there's a beach, I just call it beach body programs like online that it's like all these like fitness programs that you watch the video and you do it. They all tell you to do like lunges wrong and lateral raises wrong and I mean it's insane.
Yes.
So if you've ever done like body pump, you're doing lunges wrong.
Yes.
And it's not that it's wrong, but it is wrong because it's gonna hurt your knees. Yeah. And that's why a lot of people are like, I can't do lunges because it hurts my knees.
And this is very important. I have to get this out. A lot of times people will look at me being a bodybuilder and lifting heavy weights. My goal has never been, since I started training clients in the 90s to today, to make anyone lift heavy weights. My intention is to make your muscle, tendons, and skeleton, heart, mind stronger. There's a big difference. Okay. So whatever your body can do right now, let's just say I said, go go do a half a mile as fast as you can. Okay, whatever that time is, whether it's 1 hour.
If you're walking,
Yeah,
if you're running.
At the end of the day, your better, fitter, stronger body will be able to perform a little faster, stronger, leaner than the body you have today. So my goal as your trainer is not to say go lift heavy weights. I could care less about how much weight I can capable of, but I will make you stronger and your body, more firm and drop your body fat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's very important that I say that. There's a lot of people when I go to the gym, guys working out, stop. Do me a favor, can you go ahead and take off 100 pounds on
Yeah.
the side and do this correctly? Because they're usually surprised because they see someone with my musculature and my, background that I was all about lifting men up. It's about picture perfect technique, not stressing the joints, and slowly and consistently getting stronger. That's what your success is.
Yeah, absolutely. You actually did that to me at the gym. I was doing like the hip thrusts, and I had like, I don't know, like
A lot of
50 pounds
work.
on each side, and you're like, no, you take you to do 25, and you use the full range of motion,
Yes.
and you get better results. And so it's not always about more weight.
Yes.
And in GlowFit, like we do, like you get like actual like videos to watch, show you the exercise. We lay out what you're gonna do every day. We lay out your macros, meaning how much carbs you need to eat, how much protein you should be eating, how much fat you should be eating, total calories based on your body composition, based on
And how it's responding.
yeah.
And because after a certain amount of weeks, months, I'll say, okay, I need a picture in the body fat. Okay, Lisa, congratulations, you dropped 5% body fat. I need to change your macros. So
Yeah.
this is an ongoing, this is a real authentic program overseen by people who truly
Yeah,
care.
it's hands-on.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna get recipes too if you want, if you like ideas of what to eat, but then you can also just, I'm gonna have just plain chicken and rice, or
Yeah,
just
yeah,
take your
that's
favorite
nice.
foods,
Mhm.
put them into those macros. We do push whole real foods, so like the 80-20 rule though, like I said before, 80% of the time you're gonna be eating on plan whole real foods. 20% of the time you can go off. Maybe not in the first few weeks when we're trying to get your macros down and trying to make sure we know what you're doing. We want you to track everything in the beginning so that Coach Hejan can get a real good idea of how your body's responding, and then we can adjust things just for you. Like you mentioned before, he is very hands-on. He will ask you to send him video of you doing the exercise, and especially if you say this exercise hurts me,
Oh yeah.
or I don't feel it in the muscle that you're saying I should feel it, or I'm not sure I'm doing it right. He's gonna ask you to send a video. He's gonna watch the video, then he's gonna send you a video back explaining what's going on. He might ask you to jump on a call if it's something that needs further explanation. Then every week we have these really fun, kind of in this format, but we have all our videos on. We can see all of you, and they're coaching calls, but they're really like mindset, motivation, troubleshooting, sharing wins, talking about what's going on. We do all these cool challenges. Right now, we're in the middle of, we're calling it the 6-week shred. And that is just like, doesn't cost anything extra if you're a member, it's just part of the program. And holy moly, people are getting amazing results. And then we have prizes. So the winner is going to get to fly out to hang out with us and have a meal and do a photo shoot. So there's all kinds of cool things that we do in the program. And then out of the state, that's just, it's very similar in what you get, but it's really created for men that want to build more muscle, want to cut fat, want to regain that discipline, regain that kind of like, what do you call it? That mojo? What do you guys call it?
It's mojo.
You guys want to regain like what
I didn't do it with the shoulders. Mojo on the shoulders, like, mojo.
And then for men, it's going to support their testosterone. It's going to support their motivation. It's going to help them have better metabolic health, increase their strength, increase their energy, improve their recovery, their mobility.
And for the men who are my age, over 50, 60 and above, I'm telling you right now, I have trained men much older than myself, and it is scientifically documented that there is not an age, oh, you're 65, you're 70 now, you cannot build muscle. That is false.
Oh no, you see,
That is
like, I don't know if you guys probably don't have the same feeds on social media, but every day I get like these like 77-year-old woman just started bodybuilding like last year and she's already like ripped, or like an 80-year-old lady just started running when she was 60 and now she's running marathons at like record pace or something. It's the human body is incredibly adaptive.
Oh yeah, somebody actually wrote that on it about the human body, and I'm telling you right now, the foods that you put into your body, the thoughts that go into your mind, and what you do in your physical presence, the impact is it's crazy because you guys can turn off this video when we get done and just go for a little power walk. Just that extra oxygen in your lungs tonight, you get the immediate response. And you don't have to like wait. If you start working out, drinking water, and eating healthy and start stretching and moving this week, at the end of 7 days, your body has improved tremendously. That's what's beautiful about this. No matter how far gone you think you are, or how far gone you really are, at the end of the day, any movement forward is added to your body that day.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we do meet people where they're at.
But you have to.
So like
Yeah.
if you have an injury, you can still do the program. If you have like if you're missing a limb, you could still do the program. Like we talked about Nancy earlier, like she has chronic leukemia and she had all these kind of issues where she couldn't do a lot of the exercises.
Yes.
But she was still doing what she could do and you kind of customize it for her so that she can make progress, and she's made incredible progress.
Yes.
Now I'm seeing videos of her doing squats.
Yes, I know that. Jeez, what's up? At the end of the day, the new year's coming up. 2026 is coming up. And
We still have a 2025.
I know, I'm just saying this, is that you can really, really start now and in 2026 have the best year of your life. It's just like we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And I think that's one of the people always ask me, how do I not deviate off my path of health and fitness in mind, body, and spirit? And it's the fact that we're not guaranteed tomorrow. So people are like, well, I'll start tomorrow or I'll start next year. I think the error that we make is thinking that tomorrow's guarantees. All
Yeah.
I'm saying is now is the time. I don't care if you, join a program. If you can't, at the end of the day, start moving your body, start taking care of yourself because, I don't know, that there was that saying about, oh, wait, you die for your children, but you won't get healthy for them.
Yeah,
That's powerful. 'Cause I'm sure I speak for all the parents and grandparents out here. It's like we do anything for our children. Let's get healthy for them. Let's
and
go.
you're inspiring them too. Like they see what you're doing.
Yes.
And all the people around you that like you wish would be healthier when you're doing it, like at first it's like, what are you doing? Oh, you can't eat that. Why you just have a piece of pizza? And then they're like, what are you doing? That's how you're doing.
Yeah. In my life, they start throwing the pizza away whenever I'm like,
oh yeah, they do. Well, that's doctor. They do that to me all the time. They're like hiding shit.
I don't care what you do. But that's what happens is, like I mentioned about 30 minutes ago, become the light in your world that you needed for yourself. Because once you are the bearer of the light, then you can never lose it because you are it. And like you said, don't wait until you find somebody who will do it with you. Actually, you'll create people to do it with you when you give them the permission slip that they can be that. So don't wait for someone else to be your permission slip. You become the permission slip.
Just know your friends or your spouses. Like there's some spouses that I'll be like, hey, I signed you up, and they'll be like, okay, I guess we're doing this now, right? So if that's your spouse, then just do that. But if it's like they're like, no, that's not my thing, then just do it yourself.
And then how many?
You'll be like, what is she doing?
What's going on? You look amazing.
Or we'll be on a coaching call, and they'll hear Coach Kidron say something, and we'll be like, what's he talking about over there? Because that's what happens to a couple of husbands. They're like watching, they're like listening in the background, and they come over and watch.
Yes.
So yeah, it's actually, and I lied to you guys. I said I was gonna check the questions, and I never did.
Oh, I've been keeping my eye on
Have you?
questions.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me just see, make sure. Yeah, so if you go to our website, I think let's see, Jen put the little, if you're interested in joining.
Oh.
You can do monthly, you can do month to month. I don't care if you do it a month and quit. If you just wanna
And
get
I'll just tell you this right now, even if you just sign up for a month, it's 50% off. You will still get the program, the nutrition, you will get the videos, you will send me videos, and so I can watch you doing it. You will get more in this 1 month. Obviously, we would like you to stick around a little longer than a month.
Yeah, it's addictive, you have to stick
I
around.
promise you, even in 1 month, you will have me looking at your video and say, hey, Lisa, you know what, your lunges, you're stepping straight back, you need to step shorter with. I promise you, you will learn at least 3 to 4 things you did not know today that will change your life.
Oh, absolutely. And so I just popped the link in, so that takes you to the page where it has both GlowFit and Alpha State. GlowFit is the female one, Alpha State is the male one. When you click on there, it's gonna be the full price, but don't worry, when you select whether you want monthly, 6 months, or a year, you're gonna click it and it's gonna show you the discounted price at the checkout. Because we're doing 50% off for you guys. And so that's how that works. And if you wanna buy one for your husband too, you can totally do that as well. Or your girlfriend or your best friend. And you guys can do it together. So either way is totally fine. Let's see, is there a time when you need to eat certain foods?
And that's a great question, and I sometimes I want to give you the whole story. Here's a short synopsis. It's interesting, whenever I was younger, I had to eat a certain way, a certain time, this, that, and the other. Now that I'm quote older, I find that I like to fast 12 hours. If I eat at 7 p.m., I don't eat till 7, 8, 9, 10. So the younger version of me would try to eat, as soon as I woke up, all the way throughout the day. So at the end of to answer your question, is whatever your lifestyle, if you're a type, because whenever I was a younger trainer, people were like, I don't like to eat breakfast if I work out. Oh, you should eat, you should eat. Now, the best time to eat is in the window that feels comfortable for you. The only thing that I would say the caveat is, I'm just making this up. If you're somewhere around that 15 to 1800 calories as a female, average, you just don't want to not eat all day, then at dinner time, eat 1800 calories. So you want to spread out your calories over a few meals versus eating them.
Yeah,
You don't want to eat 1800 calories and go to bed. So my advice to you is try to spread out your meals and your calories throughout your uptown.
Yeah, I would say for women especially, like fasting for too long is generally gonna be not good for your hormones or your thyroid. If you do wanna do intermittent fasting, because I think there are some benefits to it for gut health, I would start eating earlier in the day and stop eating earlier at night for a longer fast in the evening. That's gonna be more conducive to healthy hormones. But yeah, and then certain foods you can choose your own foods as long as they're whole real foods, meaning made from the earth, fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, lean proteins. You can have some grains if you're not sensitive to them. Things like potatoes and rice and things like that are fine. As long as they're gonna fit into, and like oils and things like that are fine. So you're gonna fit into your macros that we assign to you based on your metabolism, based on your body composition, based on your goals and your activity level. And so, yeah, and Debbie wants to know, if you join for a month, will you learn how to adjust your own macros?
Debbie, what happens is, as soon as you join the group, what's going to happen is you're going to send photos to Doc and I, and only we get to see the photos, and you make in the body fat. And based on your current level, you will get macros. Let's just say that you only stay for a month. So what happens is you're like, hey coach, I had a great time, I learned a lot, but I'm only staying for a month. On your parting gift, what happened? How much body fat did we lose? This, that, and the other. So what happens is, yes, I will adjust your macros starting, and if you only stay that 1 month, at the very end, you'll reach back to me, coach, I gotta go, for whatever reason, then I'm gonna say, hey, here's what's happened, this is what I'd recommend moving forward, and who knows, maybe down the road you come back, but you will get training advice, me watching videos and actually getting back with you. You'll get a diet plan based on your current body fat and muscle mass and what your goals are, so yes.
Yeah. I would just say it usually takes people a little bit longer than want to learn how to adjust their own macros.
For sure.
Just because I'm still learning, just because as things change, sometimes it's counterintuitive when you increase.
Yeah, well, yeah, but what I wanted to let Debbie know is that you will get a lot of value for that 1 month, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, how can I say this? And this is something that all you women have to hear. The secret, and men, the secret to health and fitness is the most amount of calories you can eat and still get leaner. So whenever Doc started with me, she didn't have nowhere near as amount of in metabolism or muscle. She started about 1500. Then as she got leaner and said, hey, this is really working, coach. Good. Let's go to 1800. Like, why would I do that? It's working at 15. And it's crazy. Now she's well over a couple thousand.
Yeah, I think like 2500.
So what I'm trying to say is the goal is not to cut your calories. When you were younger, remember how much food you can eat? Because you lost muscle mass, you lost your metabolism. My job for each and every one of you is to increase your metabolism, reshape your masculine or feminine body, and you have to eat that way. You don't, not eating. Actually, not eating causes fat retention just
Yeah.
as much as overeating. Because once you don't eat enough calories, your body cannibalizes muscle tissue and holds on to fat for insurance. So there's a caveat. Too many calories we know, but too little is just
Yeah.
bad.
And I think sometimes it's like the emotional support of having you say it instead of us, just because I don't know about most people watching, but I know like when I was concerned about my body fat, like I was so deathly afraid to do the wrong thing,
Yes.
and then it backfired, and now I'm either further in the hole, and so I don't think I ever would have increased.
Yes. Oh no,
You know
no.
what I mean?
Not if you go
But
get
I think
exhausted.
having the trainer that's looking at your pictures, looking at your bodies, telling you, okay, do this for 2 weeks and then let me know what's happening, how you feel, what your evening to morning weight is. That's a whole other thing that I never heard of before. But all these things matter. And he's like able to, he's very good at this, been doing this for many years. So he's able to confidently tell you this is what you need to do. Although there are probably some outliers, some people's bodies that respond odd, right? But then you know what to do after that 3-day period.
I would have to say this. In all of growth, and we have a lot of people around the world. I have never, once they gave me their initial,
Yeah,
and for the most part, each and every one of them, as they keep getting more and more fit, their calories go up. And I will keep pushing the calories up. I'd rather find out, that you can eat 2,500 calories versus keeping you at 1,600. I mean, why would you not want more
yeah,
fuel?
so much nutrition, so much more nutrition, it's better for your bone density,
Oh,
all
yeah.
those things. The sale is gonna go through Thursday night, at midnight. If you want to join it now and just say, I'm not gonna start until, combo's taken.
Right.
If you don't wanna start until October 1st, because you're going on vacation, just let us know, we'll just freeze your membership to start on the day that you want it to start. And then if you're like trying to get fancy, just join for 1 month now, and then you can always extend it. So let's say you join for a month and you're like, okay, I want the 50% off deal. If you tell us before your month ends that you want to extend it, we'll give you the 50% off as for the 6 months or the year, however long you want to join for. So don't worry about that. We're pretty good at that kind of thing.
This is Dombo, so he just wants to say hi.
He's like, I've been in the program for 6 months now. I haven't lost any weight. Doesn't work for cats. He just eats. You snack too much combos.
He's a late night.
He lays around the couch all day. He never lifts any weights.
Oh my gosh.
So, but yeah, let's see. I'm just looking for questions. This is recorded, so if you want to watch the replay or any of that, we will send this out on. I don't think I'll get it out tomorrow. I'll try to get it out on Wednesday. Will either program adjust people with dealing with mental illnesses like eating disorders? This sounds amazing, though I feel nervous. I also have a history of self-harm and use the gym as harm reduction. So let me tell you this. There are a couple people in the program who have confided in me that they have eating disorders. And what does help a lot of times is having a structured program with a professional that is actually giving you sound advice so you feel safe. A lot of time with eating disorders, you're trying to get to a goal of doing an unhealthy way or trying to use food as sabotage. And sometimes when you have it laid out for you and you feel safe and you feel supported, then that can put that in like a more safer place. Just like you said, how you use exercise as harm reduction, having your macros laid out, having someone monitoring it in a healthy way so you can actually like start seeing your body change, get stronger, get fitter, be more confident. I think those things can really help. So while it's not a counseling program for mental health, you might still want to have a support team for any mental health issues. It will give you that backbone where you don't have to think about it, where we set it out for you. And it's super supportive. We do a lot of mindset, a lot of manifesting what we want. What I was going to tell you earlier when I was talking about nutrition was one of the things that coach taught me when I was getting ready for a bodybuilding show was when I have food in front of me, actually visualize it as I'm eating, visualize it going into my muscles instead of into my fat cells. And visualizing it, feeling it, and making me feel better. And doing that actually does work. And it sounds a little maybe foo-foo to some people, but when we set our intentions, we put our intention out there in the world, we can actually change outcomes. It's like even that, quantum physics, they have a double slit experiment where you focus on something and that actually changes the what's happening. And when you're not focusing on that thing, something's different's happening. And that is very, very true in the world. And that's why every day when I wake up, I set intentions for the day. And that way my day's not just random. It has intention.
I love what you just said. The space feels like a safe space. It feels inclusive. I love the support energy you guys bring. First of all, thank you so much for saying that. Of all the things that I read, that means the most to me. My advice to you and anybody else, I don't know. I remember whenever Dr. Michelle, said, hey, you know what, I want you to help me with the growth program. And I'll say this, if you have any questions, like she said, we're not here to prescribe anything, we're a health and fitness online program with two people who've been doing it a lifetime. But if you have any concerns of anything, reach out to me. I would love to do a Zoom call. Because at the end of the day, how can I say this? Regardless of, we all have our thought processes and belief systems, and some are scary, some are easy, and just like the other. But I love the Glow Fit and Alpha State program, and I don't know, people feel like what you just said there about the support and the energy. That means everything to me. So I would love the opportunity just to say hi, and maybe you can ask me questions directly in a Zoom call.
Yeah.
And if it feels right, I'll say this to anybody and everybody out there in life. Everything puts off vibration and energy. And I know home for me is, there's just a feeling when you meet a person, a place, or something like that. So yes, I definitely would like to. Anybody has any questions about the validity, the energy, and the support that you get, I want you to reach out to me. I would love the opportunity to share what you would be getting into.
Yeah, it is just an incredibly supportive community, and I get a lot of joy out of just being in the community because I like to see what other people are doing and supporting each other. Because it's not just us supporting you, and now you have like this friends group, this fit family that is actually supporting each other, and all the women in the Blue Fit are incredibly supportive. The men in Alpha State are incredibly supportive of each other, cheering each other on. All at different levels, all at different goals, different walks of life.
Yes.
We're really coming together on that common just desire to better ourselves, right?
It's what's really crazy. I have to throw in here real quick. Like, have you guys noticed recently, as of late, going into the new year? I know I keep forcing the new year.
I know it's happening right.
And I know, but what I'm saying is, it's like our well-being. We talk about body fat, we talk about metabolism, but people are awakening to the fact of well-being.
Oh yeah.
And well-being is relationships with self, relationships with the creator, relationships with each other, relationships with the cat. I'm just saying, it's just, I don't know. And I love the fact, the questions that people are asking here, and I don't know. It's just, it's a good thing. It's a great thing we got going on. We got one on.
I was trying to see if I had, I can't pull it up. Trying to see if I had the your link to your metabolic assessment.
Yeah, because a lot of them are asking.
Yeah, so what I'll do is when we send out the replay,
Thank you, MP, for that.
We'll send out a link to book a private call with Coach Kejon if you want to do that ahead of joining the program, or if you want to do it instead of joining the program.
Oh my gosh.
But we really want you guys to get what you want, right? And so whether that's during the program and getting the best health of your life, and you truly will, you guys have no idea how strong you are. You have no idea what your body is capable of until you get in there and start doing it and start seeing what some of the other women are doing and where they came from and where they are now. It's incredible. And this is not 20-year-olds. This is women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s doing an amazing thing. And so I want that for you, but if that's not possible for you, or that's not something that you're interested in, maybe you already have a trainer, maybe you already have a program you're doing, book a call with Coach Keaton. It'll be pretty incredible.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to you.
Oh, well, Sarah loves putting
Oh,
in
yeah,
there.
Sarah
Sarah's in her program. She's our amazing admin in the program as well. She went ahead and put the metabolic assessment call in the chat. So go ahead and grab that now, copy it so you can get on Coach Keaton's calendar.
Yay.
Yeah, so we love having y'all, you guys, and thank you so much for your kind words. If you are doing a detox right now, I don't know how long your detox is. You can still do the program because hopefully the detox is whole real foods. And by nature, we do include a 10-day detox in the beginning of the program, so everybody will do a 10-day detox to kind of get the system cleared out and ready to receive all the wonderful nutrients, to receive all the amazing metabolic changes. And so that's how everybody starts with a detox. But if you're doing a detox, you can definitely still do the program. We can kind of like see, hopefully it's not like a super low calorie detox or juice cleanse or something like that. Because if it is, that can't go on for very long, right?
You don't need to, right?
Yeah, and you don't need to do anything extreme. But yes. So awesome. I don't know if there's any more questions. Let me see. Chat.
I think we saw.
Oh, there's a Q&A. I didn't even see the Q&A.
Oh, geez.
All right. Sorry, hopefully you're still here. Let's see, I'm 67 years old. I'm on bioidentical hormones for 13 years until I got breast cancer. I'm told not to use hormones. I'm struggling with vaginal atrophy and muscle mass or anything I do. Yes, so this is not related to fitness, but glow below, one of our products on our website, we have one with estrogen, one with DHEA. It is local, topical, stays local to your vaginal tissues. It's 100% safe for breast cancer or anyone who can't use systemic estrogen. This is stated by the American Breast Cancer Association, the National Institute of Health, all the research. So you can definitely do not struggle with that because that is definitely gonna ruin the passion for sure. Definitely look it up, glow below. We have mini sizes and we have full size, so you can try it out with the mini size. It's very affordable and it really, really works. Read the reviews on the page. It's called Glow Below.
Nice.
Yes. Purchase price is now 50% off at checkout without a code. Yeah, so no code necessary when you go to either GlowFit or Alpha State. You can just click whether you want the monthly, 6 months, or a year. You'll notice that the 6 months and a year come with some extra private calls with Coach Keaton, and then also the price is a little less per month if you buy in bulk more months at once. But they're all 50% off when you get to the checkout. Oh, TJ's out here. TJ says Alpha State works.
He's one of the new males, and I gotta tell you, he's a rock star. And TJ is very proud, and he's been in the program. TJ, if can you see what he types?
No.
Okay. TJ's been in the program 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Anyways,
he's 3 weeks.
He says
he's in the challenge.
Yeah, he says he's hitting a weight that he's not been at 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways,
he's crushing those weights too.
Yeah, at the end of the day, all the knowledge, you go to a library and have the wisdom of the world in the library. At the end of the day, you gotta sit down and read. I'm positive that I can help with your determination and desire for change, and with my knowledge and support. I promise you, there's no way we're both gonna fail. Okay, we're not both failing together.
That's right. Let's see. Do you have a short demo video? Show us. On the GlowFit sales page, there is a video. Coach Keaton and I are talking, and then it cuts to clips of the exercise videos. So maybe that's something that you need. I don't have like a commercial for it or anything.
Maybe we
like
should do a commercial.
We should probably make something like that, but we just do this. This is how I kind of roll when I do like promotions. I just talk to people. But we can get fancy and do that. But I would just recommend peeking inside the program, try it for a month. I guarantee you will not be less healthy or less closer to your goal after 1 month. You will definitely be closer.
You'll be educated.
Yeah, you will get
your exercises will be done effectively. That's guaranteed for 1 month.
You'll get a lot more out of this program than any other online program I can imagine, just because it's so hands-on.
Yes.
And so catered to you. Do you use our DNA to decide our dietary percentages? No, because this is for for body composition and weight loss and muscle gain specifically. So we don't really need to use DNA for that. You can, if you have information about your DNA, you could share it, but it's all gonna be pretty simple. The DNA, like percentages, they're telling you not to eat over a certain amount of fat or a certain amount of protein. We don't go that far in the program, so you're gonna be okay. It's all very balanced. So it works for everyone's DNA. We have yet to find someone whose DNA it doesn't work for.
Right.
Yeah. All right, that is the questions. Let's see. Flipit is the best. Suzanne's on here. Suzanne Swenson.
Oh, Suzanne,
She
yeah.
said she's been in it for 6 months. Now her husband's in Alpha State. And it's been so amazing overall. Always learning something. So grateful for the program. And Suzanne and Craig are actually coming November 8th to our event in Panama.
That's our husband.
Which you guys are all invited to.
That's our husband and wife right there,
Mhm.
and Suzanne's been in the program, and her husband just joined, and he's destroying it. And anyways, they're coming down to Panama City Beach to join us. So
Yeah, so we live in Panama City Beach, Florida, which is in the Panhandle. We talked about that event, that DECA Spartan event that we did and that we invited Nancy to do. We are actually affiliates of the Spartan organization and we can host our own events. We haven't done it yet. Our first one is November 8th in Panama City Beach. So if you just like us and you want to come hang out with us, you can come hang out with us. November 8th, Panama City Beach. We're getting a room block of hotels. You can volunteer at the event if you don't feel like you want to do it, or you can come do the event with us, whether you're in the program or not.
yeah, and the night before, we're probably going to go through the gym and do some exercising. So everyone watching this is invited, just so you know.
It's gonna be a blast. We're gonna hang out. It's gonna be so much fun. It's very inexpensive. I think it's like $35 or something.
Oh, yeah,
to do the event.
Yeah, very.
So Suzanne said she's been DECA training with her 25-year-old son.
That's
Oh, he can do it too.
Oh my gosh, bring him. Oh, by the way, Suzanne, I have your husband and I set up a time for tomorrow, so we'll be zooming tomorrow, just so FYI, just so you know. So I look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow about the ducking.
Oh, and Mom said she likes how the cat wants to be included.
No.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Awesome. You wish we lived closer to Chicago. We're just a plane ride away.
Mhm.
It's just we got an airport right here in Panama City Beach.
Mhm. November 8th, just so you know.
But definitely watch my Instagram as well because we do travel a lot and I usually post
Where we're going.
that I'm in different cities and stuff like that. So we may be in Chicago one day. You never know.
That's right.
Awesome. Yeah, so we talked about a lot here. I know, let's see, one more thing. I'm really interested, finances are tight. If I sign up for a month and like it, can I convert to a yearly program? Absolutely. Yes. So you can totally sign up for a month, lock in that discount, that sale price, and then upgrade later if you want to. That's totally fine. 79 years old, really want to increase my lean muscle mass and reduce flab around my middle. We can do that. I do have osteoporosis. I've been doing Pilates and actually fractured the end of my sacrum in a strange fall. I thought it was bruised, and finally, after X-ray, oh man. So the program sounds fantastic. She says, "Yeah, it definitely is going to help with your osteoporosis. It'll help with that flab around the middle that so many women get. Help you build lean muscle, and very supportive."
And Pam, reach out to me. I'm so excited that you're very interested. Pushing 80 years of age and you have the drive to do this. That's inspiring. Okay, it's never too late. So I'm very inspired. So I will do whatever it takes. If you're willing to be safe and change your life, I'm positive we can help. Okay, so very excited.
Working around injuries. Coach Keaton, until recently, he just had shoulder surgery, but up until the past 10 years, you've had issues with shoulder, not being able to lift your shoulder above your head. So he clearly doesn't have any dysmorphia from not being able to do shoulder exercises. He's doing other exercises that kind of supported it.
Yes, my saying is don't let what you cannot do stop you from what you can do. And there are I'm sure there's a lot of people going, whether it be knees and backs and stuff like that. All I can say is while your knee or your back may bother you, maybe bicep curls, maybe crunches, maybe standing up on your calves. do the things you can, and just by focusing on that, your life will take off. But if you focus on what you can't do, you literally just start keep digging that hole.
Absolutely. Pamela, I just popped the link to book that Zoom call with Coach Keaton. If you want to do that, you can totally do that. Your calendar's open, right?
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Oh, Coach Dijon.
Dijon, not Dijon Mustard. Oh, by the way, I'm Korean. I was born in Korea. So people are like, what is Kijon? So my American friends call me John, but my birth name is Kijon. So that's why, but it's not Dijon. Just click on it. Okay.
I'm gonna start calling you Coach
Coach Dijon, Great Poupon. No, don't do that. Don't do me like that.
No, I just thought it was cute, that's all. But yeah, but that's all we have. So I just wanted to share just my experience, what Coach Keaton's doing with the women in GlowFit and Alpha State, kind of launching it quietly.
Yes.
But and just like how interval, like gaining muscle, losing fat, increasing your metabolism, increasing your circulation, building your bone mass, balancing your hormones, how important all those things are to really everything else in your life, whether it be your relationships, your career, um, whether you want to travel, whether you want to do a sport, whatever you want to do, whatever your dreams are, you can do them better when you're stronger. You can do them better when you're fitter. You can do them better when you have more energy. And you do them better when you have better relationships too.
I think I want to leave this great call. I'm so glad that everyone showed up. I'm glad that we did this. But I don't know if I could give something to you guys. It's just like, you remember when you were like a little kid, you thought like people when they were 50, 60, that they were old. And then when you get here, you realize you're still the same. You're still that same kid, that boy and girl that when you were 20. Because, I just thought, man, you're 50, they must like think old, they must be old. What I'm trying to say is this is like, we've all endured so much in life, good and bad, the highs and lows. It's called life. And then we get to the state where we become beautiful inside, but our bodies fail us. I'm here to tell you, and maybe this is my sole purpose in life, is that it, with respect to everything that you've been through, you deserve to have a body that works and has energy so you can go out and share your wisdom with your family and your grandchildren and your children and stuff like that. And I'm here to tell you that it is more than possible. It's going to happen if you want it to happen. And I believe that to the degree that the moment that we choose to be authentically something, God will provide the person, place, or experience to draw it to out of us.
So good.
So all I'm saying is, thank you so much for showing up today. And if it resonates in your heart, I can promise you, even if you sign up for just 1 month, you will learn more than that 1 month than you've learned in a lifetime. So I'm confident I can say that.
And you really have it in you. I mean, we all had when we were little kids, we had like whether we played a sport or whether we like to dance or whatever it was that like lit us up. It's still in there. We just sometimes suppress it when we get older. But like doing something like low fat or alpha state can help bring that back, bring you back to your most lit up state, basically. And that's why I call it glow, right? Because we're gonna light you up, be as like vibrant as possible through every year of your life. We're not just like living to 50 and then we're waiting to die. We're living every moment of our life until we have our last day where we get up and we have a great breakfast and we go for a walk, and then we have passionate sex with our loved one and we watch a nice movie and then we go to sleep and we die peacefully in our sleep. That's the last day. Not in the hospital, not hooked up to machines, not on a bunch of medications. That we want to live our life to the fullest every last day. And this is really how you do it. And so thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope you learned a little bit. I hope you had a little fun. And definitely check that chat because I did post the link to book that free call at Coach Keaton. Otherwise, you can also go on our website. Let me see if I have a link to actually that program. I put this here. This is the collection page. So this is both Alpha State and GlowFit. You can just click on the one that you want. And then when you do that, you'll pick monthly, 6 months, or a year. And it looks like it's the full price is on there. But then when you click the button, it goes to checkout, it's half price. So you're saving 50% on whatever you do. You get at least upgrade to longer if you pick the monthly.
And guys, remember, you are absolutely stronger than you can ever imagine. That I'm positive of.
Awesome. All right, you guys, love you.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. God bless.
Bye.